Rob Tebbutt for Boxing News, delighted to be joined by big Frazer Clarke. We are here at the Wardley Clarke final press conference. Frazer, believe it or not, we finally made it.
You know, look at us. We ain't never going to be fucking models, are we? But there we go. There we go. We're going to have a good fight on Sunday night.
You certainly will. Bad blood. Now, there didn't seem like an awful lot of bad blood when you were up on the stage. You seem to be two very respectful gentlemen. But does that all go out the window on Sunday?
When I was up there, I was literally looking at it and I thought, you know what? It's a bit too late to change it, but it's bad intentions. It's not bad blood. Because we might have sold it as that and we're there now, so that's all in the past, but I got a bad feeling towards him. His trainer, one of the nicest men I've met in boxing, always have time for me. I'm sure he's a very nice guy, but unfortunately I'm going to have to punch his fucking face in.
Oh, I was going to ask you for a prediction, Frazer, but you've already given me one there. You mentioned Ben Davison, also somebody else in that gym that you know very, very well, so Anthony Joshua. Has there been any communication? Obviously, I know that you're no longer with 258, but you go back a long way with him, of course, now a stablemate of Fabio Wardley.
No, not spoke to AJ for a little while. I sent him best wishes before the Ngannou fight. We had a little back and forth then, but nothing major. And yeah, you know, I'd like on my side of things. That's a guy that's helped me incredibly through my career and someone that I'd always have all the respect in the world for. And he's now in the gym with Fabio, so these guys will get the perks of like Under Armour gear and all that, and I hope they enjoy it, you know what I mean? So yeah, but no, all the best to Big Josh.
You mentioned up on the stage, or both of you mentioned up on the stage, and it's sort of a well-trodden story about this. Obviously, the purse bids, the this and the that. Fabio believes that he's progressed since then. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, I think we both are. I think it's quite clear he's progressed. Impressive last time out. These are his words, underwhelming, which isn't fair to say, but fucking hell, like, who looks good against Dave Allen or Mariusz Wach? I can't think of anyone that's looked good against any of them. But listen, that's all in the past again. Now it's time to go, and I'm ready.
That fight against Mariusz Wach, I mean, in the heat of the York Hall summer, I didn't envy you being in there. How much did you take away from that, and how much do you think that could potentially stand you in good stead this weekend?
Saudi Arabia, East London. Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. Yeah, but that's one of the experiences. I think what people forget is, I'd say more than the fights, the training camps are what prepare you. The sparring and the learning. The fights are sort of a means to an end to have a little bit of practice, but if you're doing the camp, people talk about under the lights, but remember you can't get it exactly, but you can half replicate. If you want to do a fight in your own gym, you can half replicate if you get the gym back, if you get the right person in, and that's the experiences I'm talking about. I've had that over the years, and you know, we probably had 2 fights officially since then, but preparing for this fight, we've probably had another 2 solid 12 rounders like that, with 1 or 2 or even 3 people at times. So there's been good days, bad days, but you know, we're well prepared.
Obviously, a lot of this talk has been about white collar versus Olympics and amateurs and blah 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 blah. I'm not going to go down that path.
It's past it. It's a boring narrative now. Like, yeah, that was years ago for him, only a couple of years ago for me, but it's a really bad spin. But obviously, at the beginning of the build-up, it sort of caught the imagination. It's a few catchy words for a few headlines, but we're past it now. But
you'll be grateful to hear that I'm not going to ask you about that. But what I do want to know is, how does the pressure of headlining at the O2 Arena compare to an Olympics or to a big international tournament? Do you feel the same this week? Is it a different feeling for you this week?
I would say, and people discredit amateur boxing massively, there is no pressure like going to, not in the Olympics, like going to the Olympic qualifier in lockdown when there's not another one. You had 1 shot at it. You're training through lockdown, difficult, rare, didn't have much sparring. We had 1 shot at it. There is no pressure after you've waited 12 years. No pressure like the Olympic qualifier. So this is right up there. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but no, I've been on ultimate pressure. I've been on thin ice before, where it's all or nothing. Because without that, I'm not here now. So this is fun. This is enjoyable. Olympic qualifying. The guys are going through it now. That's pressure.
Do you think those minerals, as it were, are being overlooked in this fight?
Massively. I mean, I know I'm a little bit chubby. I know I've got a cute face, but I ain't a pussy. I'm made of the real stuff, you know. And you can, once again, I was alluding to people in the camp that he's in now. They know this. He's with the McCormacks. He's with AJ, Congo. He was in the. He was around. Listen, they know I'm made of the right stuff. Do you know what I mean? I've had battles and they've all seen it. And whether he chooses to believe it or not, it'd be daft to overlook it, though. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of the talk has gone about your pedigree and your boxing skills against his punching power. Is that all you have to be wary of on the night, or are you expecting something improved from him?
No, because I believe he can. I believe he can box. Against Adelaide, he showed me a few things which I thought, wow, he's improved on. And remember, I'm just fighting Fabio Wardley physically, but I've got to say, he'll be doing the best for his fighter. I think Ben Davison is one of the best brains in boxing, and if you think that he's going to allow Fabio to just fight me, I think he's too long in the tooth to allow his fighter to just fight. You know what I mean? I think he's going to have a tactical plan, and it's up to Fabio to carry that out.
Speaking of some of the best brains in British boxing, I was looking forward to seeing Angel Fernandez here today. I don't know whether you were looking forward to seeing him. I know you have a very up and down relationship, but in all seriousness, how are things with Angel? I think he attracted some raised eyebrows on social media for giving the game away, giving the game plan away for some behind the scenes stuff. What do you think about everything that's been going?
I don't really buy into any of that. Like what you see on. I remember this. I've trained in the gym with someone for 6 months. I've gone to the Commonwealth Games. And I've boxed in my second fight. I've sparred him every day for 7 months. I've done pads in changing rooms with people, and then I'm fighting them. They're doing pads and tactics a metre away from me. I don't really believe in all that to an extent. But Angel's good, you know. He just listen. We've got a few big fighters in our gym. We've got Kieran Malloy. He's boxing for GBM now. He's got a fight soon. Ezra Taylor's back in the gym after a win last week. Richard Rapport's got a massive one, which I think will be announced soon. So, you know, he's got a job to do, and he can't be everywhere at once. And I'm a big boy, I don't need anyone to hold my hand. But, yeah, another fantastic brain and fantastic student of boxing, and it'll be here this evening.
How much of your pro career, I won't keep you for too much longer, how much of your pro career has been building up to this fight? Has it all kind of led to this point, or have you kind of had an eye on it from afar? How much of the 8 fights has been geared towards this big moment?
I think everything, you know. In my head, I said before 10 fights, I want to be challenging for the British title. We're at fight 9 now, so there or thereabouts, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? So it's one of the things ticked off, but you know, it all means nothing unless you win on Sunday night. So people don't like to sit on the fence or anything like that, but for me, this is all or nothing, and I'm putting everything into it.
Okay, well, before I let you go, wouldn't be right to not ask you about your prediction for this weekend. Fabio Wardley versus Frazer Clarke. How's it going to end on Sunday night at the O2?
Let me think. No, it's an arse kicking for Wardley. Frazer Clarke's winning that. I'm saying it with full confidence. I believe in myself. I believe he's a very good fighter, and I believe he'll come back and he'll do good things. He's a character as well. All the best to him, but you know, from now until after Sunday, me and him, we're sworn enemies.
I wish you all the best. I think both of you, you know, bad blood aside, have been both tremendous ambassadors for the sport up to this point. But bad intentions on Sunday night, not bad blood. Thanks very much for speaking to Boxing News.